Alrighty, we're here. Hopefully the weather can hold off while I get all this stuff off. This is the door we're replacing here. And this is the window we're going to open up and make into a nice wide sliding door. Cut the bricks, remove all the bricks from underneath there, and trim around all the sides to cover up the cuts on the bricks. Strange, so far the existing window isn't a standard size. It's 1800, whereas a width dimension only has 10 mil on the end, so 1810. Just get this all cut open and see what happens. So this is pretty much some news I don't like to give to clients, but I notice I'm struggling to get this door out, and it's because it's binding on here, which is not normal. There should be a gap up there. Generally there's at least a minimum of 5 mil gap between the window reveal, which is this timber part here that's attached to the window, between the window reveal and the frame all the way around. What looks like has happened. I vaguely remember talking to me about there being termites, but this timber head up here that's supporting the roof, a lot of it looks like it's eaten out, so I feel like I'm gonna have to take the plasterboard off the other side to get a really good look at it. But I have a funny feeling that there's a reason that this window is not coming out, and that's because termites have eaten it. You can actually see up in there, there's a bit of a nest right here. I think they're gone, but you can see here that beam there is not sitting on that timber stud there, so the head is dropped, and this looks like a repair too because that's new timber. There's two blues there. You can see that's the original frame, so that's been done after the fact. That head is no good. I'm hoping when I pull this window out that it's not the window that's holding up the head. Okay, so I've propped up the roof because as I was taking this off, I noticed the only thing really supporting this truss right here. It's definitely a truss, not a rafter. As you can see it connected with the connector plate up there. But yeah, look how much this is buried up in there. Just goes to show how much it was dipping there. Look, I don't know who did this job, but I'm pretty sure it was coming back to me as I was doing it all. When I was talking to the client. Let me just turn this. Shh. Right, so I've got all the plaster off. I've propped this roof up because when I was pulling off the plaster on this side, I saw that this truss here was bearing a lot of weight and it was literally just on a block that was packing out for the feet above the window, completely sitting on there. There's nothing left of that beam right there. As you can see, that goes all the way through the block there. And you can see the block just there. That's the block. Termites have gotten all the way through. That's really bad. But yeah, there's nothing holding that beam there. And there's a lot of weight on that truss spanning all the way through to the other side of the house. And those two trusses as well, 3 trusses, so 4 trusses in total. This one, you would think it was holding quite a bit, but I have a funny feeling the termites have gotten to that ribbon plate up there, which is allowed that truss to drop a bit. I don't think it's all the way through. I just think it's a little bit of the way through, enough to create a bit of sag. You see there, it's a little bit, but I threw the chisel in there and it seems quite. See, they only got the front face of it. But yeah, I might throw a little 35mm packer in there and pack that truss right up, because that ceiling, it's got a terrible joint right there. It's cracking. I'm not sure if you could even see that then. Anyways, yeah, so I'll cut this ribbon plate out here probably, and to be careful, really careful of the wires. But yeah, I'll pack that up again. You see that crack running right there. And like I said, that drop has caused, I mean, look at that. That's shocking. But yeah, unfortunately the plaster's all gonna have to come off on this section here. And yeah, whoever did this, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was only a couple of years ago too, so that's really poor. Anyways, we're gonna pull this out, completely replace it with a LVL 13 45mm by 170. Prop it up with 2 jack studs instead of 1 on both sides. Fresh studs. Yeah, that'll give us a bit more height as well, instead of this sitting down on that window frame that I was struggling with to get it out. Anyways, yeah, it's turning a lot bigger job than just for this section. I was just supposed to whip this out and whip the new one back in just quickly before this afternoon, but I'll have to get something. I'll have to get a door back in here before the end of the day, because it's just going to be a kid staying in here tonight while she's on night shift, so don't want to let that happen. Anyways, alright, let's get this beam out so we can get going and get this window in so we have some security. Okay, so I've replaced the head, the LVL, removed the acro props. I've jacked that up, I've wedged inside that little bit up there. So everything is sitting nice now, which was definitely not the case beforehand. You know, the plasterer is going to come in anyway to patch up some of the work we're doing, so you can just add this to his job and the cornicing up there, which wasn't actually going to be a thing originally, but it's just the way it is. But that is a much more solid head than what we had up there. Okay, so it's the next day. I got the window in last night temporarily, but yeah, I've just pulled the window out now. Just had a look at things. How I said the new window was a bigger size, so I've just created a slit down. I did this in one of my other videos. You can go back and have a look at that. But basically, I've just cut the bricks and chipped away the back side of it. So you can see it's a nice flush edge and just enough for the new window to sit up against. So when we put this window in, this face here protected at the moment, but this face here on the outside of the window will sit up against that brick, and a little bit will be exposed still. And down the bottom is just going to sit on top of the bricks out here. There's a little fin underneath there, ever so slight, but that'll sit in the gap as well. And these fins will be used to fit the new reveals to the window, which I'm about to cut now. Wondering why the roof's sagging? This would be why. There's definitely something going on up here. If you're ever wondering why your ceiling is sagging, just check for any roof tiles sitting on top of your plasterboard.
Oh really?
Yeah, I just pulled out like 6
Freshies.
enough broken roof tiles that were just sitting in here on top of the plasterboard. Well, she said ages ago a tree fell on this corner of the house. It's a dodgy insurance repair, I'd say.